Well, hello, everyone. This is James Dentley, the founder of NBC University, Networking, Business Building, and Coaching. And I'm also the sponsor of our Inspire event 2018. And we're so excited because one of our featured speakers, Mr. Dave Blanchard, is on right now in the video with us. And we're going to have this great interview because he's going to come out to Chicago and teach you everything you need to know to help your life become even more successful. And not just in your personal life, but in your business life as well. So first of all, I want to welcome you, Dave. I know we've got a lot of things to talk about. You're our featured closing speaker on that Friday. Welcome, but can you tell all the folks that are watching just a little bit about your story?
Well, thank you. In 2000, I was standing in the cancellation line of the Lion King in New York. I was directing some TV commercials there in New York and took the crew out to see the movie or see the play. And of course, you can't get tickets unless you stand in the cancellation line. And Betty Mandino calls me. I'd written a script for one of his books called The Christ Commission, feature film script. And she said, the rights to the greatest salesman in the world are not being renewed. Would you be interested? And I said, Betty, this has to be a rhetorical question. For those of you who've read the book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, 25 million copies, 25 different languages, one of the iconic books of all time, and one of my favorite, found it in a really dark night, blessed my life. And she said, oh no, I wanted to call you first, Dave. So she and I got her attorney in New York, my attorney in California, the publisher in Florida. By the time we got in to see The Lion King, we had a deal, a framework to come back, leave the film business, and start building the Mandino company, creating a training supported by those 10 scrolls found in The Greatest Salesman. Mm-hmm. And now we just got funding for the movie.
Wow.
Yeah. And the producer said, Dave, we want you to write the script. And I said, I haven't written a feature film script for 20 years. He said, but you know more about this than anyone. So they just sent me to Israel. I just got back from 2 weeks in Israel, and it's just a cultural immersion in preparation for, and now deep into an early mornings working on that script. So very exciting that The Greatest Salesman is going to come to the big screen.
Wow. Well, we're really excited about that. We can hardly wait to get that. And as the founder of the Mandino Institute, you and your son as well. It's a family affair here. You've been impacting the lives of millions of people through your work in film, through your work on the stage, and working with individuals on an independent basis. And you also have this very intense, and I would say intense because I've gone through it, intense program called the Habit Finder. And I know for everyone that attends this event, and that's going to be August 10th through August 12th, of this year in Oak Brook, Illinois, just on the west suburbs of Chicago. You're actually going to give that away as a free gift. But can you tell us a little bit about Habit Finder and what results can we get and outcomes can we expect in our life from being a part of that process?
Oh, thanks for asking. When I became the CEO of the Mandino companies, and it's now the Mandino Leadership Institute, first thing I said, we have to be able to measure the thing we're teaching. So we measure where they are when they start, measure where they are when we're done. So we went looking for a science to measure the very habits Og's been teaching us about. Now, there are great inductive tools that induce diagnoses like a DISC or Myers-Briggs or MMPI. These are great inductive assessments that measure personality or behavior. We wanted to measure the thought processes that drive the behavior, that drive the personality. And we found that science at the University of Tennessee, and we've spent 18 years perfecting that science. We very literally measure how a person thinks. And we can compare that against a mathematical hierarchy to say this thought process is out of balance. And now we know after 100,000 clients, the real risks associated with that habit of thinking. And when someone takes this profile and we sit down with them and spend a few minutes, it's like, how do you know this? Well, that's how you think. Yeah, but I've never told. It's not about getting to secrets. It's about finally going below the surface and getting to the real issues that are driving success or failure. And quite often we find a person's greatest strengths are underutilized. Habits of thinking that are unhealthy are often dominating. And then there are those, fully charged fire hoses with brass nozzles that no one's hanging on to. We got to go out and learn how to manage those, especially entrepreneurial gifts. People that want to build businesses, et cetera, have a lot of these. How do we manage these so we can actually drive success? So we finally can measure the very thing we're teaching, which allows us to zero in with laser accuracy on the real issues. And I'm coming prepared to this event to talk about 3 of the most common, the people who want a successful life, independent thinkers, that 90% or more have these 3 thought processes. So I don't even have to do their assessments. Mathematical certainty. I know the audience, if I'd have done them all, we'd have the statistics. We've done enough to know that. I can walk in with great confidence, say, well, let's talk about this first one. I had a client this last weekend at the cabin with his wife, and they listened to a podcast. And in this podcast, I talked about one of them. He said, I hired you because you're the first person I've ever heard who is inside my head. You were inside my head. I said, well, you're an entrepreneur. This is how entrepreneurs think. This is going to be a great opportunity for us to really get to the real issues that are driving their business and give them some very specific things they can do to create shifts in these habits, maximize the gifting, change the unhealthy ones, so they can start driving their life. I'm so excited. And to do this, it's kind of the close to Friday after all these great speakers, kind of weave all of that into these 3 thought processes. It's just I'm so excited about this, James.
We're extremely excited about having you. We coined the phrase thought leader. And, you're a very humble man. You're a family man. You're a great friend and someone I really, truly admire, and just really love the fact that we have this collaboration and that you're willing to spend some time from all the things that you're doing right now, all the books you've written and you're continually writing as an accomplished author, to come and spend that time in Chicago to be able to share with everyone who's attending, because I know that 80% of success, first of all, comes in showing up. It's like getting a haircut. You can only get it if you're in that seat. So I want to invite each and every one of you all who are watching to come out there and meet David Blanchard. This gentleman, with all the books he's written, and with the free gifts he's going to give with the Habit Finder. I went through that Habit Finder program, and I'll tell you, it was just enlightening for me. And also, it made me think, and I've trained over 1 million people, but you can always grow. And I always get around people and want to spend my time around people who help me grow and help me think. So I want to thank you for agreeing to come out. And for everyone who's watching this, you don't want to miss this, because you can get a chance to spend some time with Mr. Dave Blanchard. This gentleman's written movies and screenplays. This guy has done everything, and now writing another movie right now. And as the founder of the Mandino Institute, one of the greatest thought leaders and thought processes I've ever seen in my entire life. You don't want to miss his event. So, David, I want to thank you for showing up. Thank you for spending this time with me right now and with everyone who's watching. And I look forward to seeing you August 10th through 12th in Oak Brook, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. We'll have a great time. Actually, you're one of the speakers, so people can have an opportunity to be a VIP and have lunch with you as well. So as we close out, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share?
Well, first of all, when I am invited to something like this, and James, we're like-minded and like-hearted, so I just love you. We're buds, right? Friends for life, we call it, right? So sure. Coming, I've made a commitment to you to come Thursday night. So I'm there Friday morning with the first speaker. I'm going to attend all the sessions. And when we give this gift away on Friday and people take it, catch me in the hallway and talk to me about it. I'm there to serve you through Sunday's event. I'm staying for the entire thing, because this is what we live to do, impact lives. So thanks for the opportunity to be a part of this. And thanks for who you are, James.
Well, bless you, sir. And for everyone else that's watching, if you're ready to change your life, if you're ready to shift your mindset, if you're ready to get around a group of individuals that understand that a rising tide really does raise all boats, that collectively there's nothing we cannot do. And we're here to do some great work on this earth, and we can change the world. We can enhance the world. We can lay seeds that will leave down, will bear fruit that will create a legacy that will last for the entirety existence of this planet. We want you to join us because that's what we're here to do. I want to thank you, Dave Blanchard. I want to thank you for all that you do, all that you are. I look forward to seeing you. And each and every one of you who are watching, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Know you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. So I want you to go to the website, 2018inspire.com. Again, it's 2018inspire.com. Get your ticket today. We're limited to the amount of seats that we have, but you don't want to miss Dave Blanchard. You do not want to miss Dave Blanchard. You do not want to miss Dave Blanchard, his wisdom, his experience, his heart, as he shares with each and every one of us how we can live our greatest life ever. So I want to thank you so much, sir. I look forward to seeing you next month.
Look forward to seeing everybody with us. Thank you.